Berti Suman. I'm an environmental lawyer and I work for Asud, which is an NGO based in Rome, Italy. And for Asud, I am environmental compliance expert and I focus on the legal dimension of the Enforce project. An environmental crime is a violation of environmental laws that has impacts on ecosystem, natural resources, environmental health, so even the health of every human, including, of course, citizens. The main point that qualifies an environmental crime is the intention to harm the environment, so to create damage. It's not just accidental, but really a violation with the understanding that this is breaching environmental laws. Environmental crimes have impact on the ecosystem as a whole, both for present and future generations. And they have very visible direct impacts, but also indirect impacts that just unfold with the times, which is also why it's very important to monitor the status of the environment before an environmental crime, during the crime being perpetrated, and after, because many of the consequences of environmental crimes may be visible only many years after the actual action that violates environmental laws. The project Enforce has an ambitious goal, which is to engage citizens and innovators in contributing to environmental compliance. And it does so by first understanding what is the state of the art for citizen engagement and innovation, for example, through deployment of citizen science in the domain of environmental compliance assurance, which is a domain where traditional environmental citizen science hasn't been very active. So more and more, we're looking at these cases where this is already occurring, and we are looking at the needs of citizen science communities on the ground that would want their data to be used more and more by environmental compliance authorities. And the idea is to boost these already existing initiatives while looking at possibilities, for example, deployment of Earth observation, of artificial intelligence, of our Enforce Plaza, which is a go-to place where all this innovation can be found, to really ensure that the needs of authorities, the willingness and wishes of citizens, and of course of the environment can be all met. And the idea is to do so not only interfacing civil society, but also interfacing legal and scientific communities, because without having also the understanding of what is the state of the art environmental compliance, we cannot understand how to advance it. The project tries to advance the concept of this roadmap for citizens and prosecutors. And I believe that it's really rooted in our ambition that prosecutors and civil society can really work together and understand together which are the standards that have to be met for citizen-generated data to be used for compliance assurance. We introduced the concept of data readiness level, which encompasses the standards that citizen-generated data have to meet to ensure that these data can be used for compliance assurance by enforcement authorities. And this is a conceptual frame that will be used to really assess whether the case studies data can be used for these compliance purposes, or if not, which steps have to be taken to ensure that this data can meet these purposes. So the data readiness level can be considered one of the tools. Then we have, as an overarching space, these living labs, which are infrastructure, processes, fora where civil society, institutions, scientists, and the industry can meet to think together how to advance the field of compliance assurance through the contribution of citizen-generated data. And living labs are, in a way, a sort of part of our theory of change, because we believe that all this innovation need processes, need space where they can be curated and shaped in a way that is more useful to our target communities.